Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SmartHQ Service Part Finder training. Let me take off this mask so that you can hear me. So once again, thank you for joining. So we are going to be doing a deep dive into the Parts Finder application. This is a new application that we added to the SmartHQ service system to allow you to purchase parts through the application. So not only can you diagnose issues within the application, but you can also purchase the parts that you need to service the appliance also within the application. My name is Telema Harry. I'm the director for the SmartHQ service initiative here at GE Appliances, and we're coming to you from the diagnostics lab here in Louisville, Kentucky. Anita, could you please also introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Anita Sidalek-Kannu. I'm the Software Quality Assurance Engineer for SmartHQ Service. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anita. So Anita is going to be helping me with this demonstration. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up, the process is going to be a mixture of demo and presentation. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth between the camera view, between sharing an image of the app on my computer here, and we're going to show you all different elements of this new application that we have developed. We're super excited about it, and we think you're going to like it a lot. So let me switch back to the presentation. One second here. Okay. So, as always, our goal at SmartHQ Service is to deliver the tools that you need to be able to service GE appliances efficiently and with minimal fuss, okay? And so what we've done is we have aggregated all the digital tools that have been available within GE mostly to GE factory service technicians for many years, and we've aggregated them and we've made them available to you through this very easy-to-use mobile portal that will run on Android, iOS, phones, or tablets. Okay, so this Parts Finder application is just our latest addition to the suite of tools that you have been using as part of SmartHQ service. Okay, our goal is to make all these tools available to you so that you can seamlessly service GE appliances. Okay, so let me go to the next screen here. Okay, so this is a overview of what we're going to be talking about today. First thing I wanted to mention is that you do have the ability to chat with us over YouTube Live. So obviously we're coming to you over YouTube Live. There is a chat capability. You do have to enable it. And there is a video on our website that shows you how to enable chat so that you can send us messages as we deliver this presentation. Rebranding. So I think you will all have noticed that we have changed the name from Newfie Mobile to SmartHQ Service. This is, we think, a more appropriate name, a more meaningful name for this solution that we've been delivering to you. The app itself in the app stores, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, is still called Newfie Mobile. So if you're looking for the app, you do have to search for Newfie Mobile. That will change. So this, rebranding is kind of an ongoing process. But for now, the app itself is still called Newfie Mobile. So as we go through this presentation here, I'm going to try to communicate the architecture of this system. And at the center of this architecture is the different login options that you have that regulate the things that you can do within the application. So, and I'll talk about this in detail later, but when you log in with your CustomerNet credentials, you are able to buy parts through the system. When you log in with your non-GEA login or non-GE employee login credentials, you can access the Parts Finder app. You can create a cart, but you can't buy parts. Okay, we'll talk about that in detail in a minute. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about the different kinds of carts and the different ways in which you can select parts to add to carts. There's numerous ways, and we do that deliberately to make it easy for you. Then we'll show you the checkout process. We'll talk a little bit about the difference between shared carts and personal carts. Shared carts are for the entire company. Personal carts are for a specific technician. Then we'll talk about advanced order search and invoice lookup. Okay, so let me, first I want to switch back to the camera view for a minute here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the website. Okay, so this is our website. I think many of you might already be familiar with it. Okay, now, obviously, there's many things that you can do from this website. You can order. There's training material. So there's a training material that will give you an overview of how to use the app and what the capabilities of the app are. There's pricing information. You can also order from our website, SmartHQService.com. Okay. Most of you will be watching from our website, the virtual training section of our website. And actually, right there, you will see a couple of things. One is a video that gives an overview of the Parts Finder application. And then you will also see a video that gives an overview of how to use the live chat functionality. You will also see a previous training session, a previous YouTube live training session that we delivered in somewhere around 6 weeks ago or so. You see Anita there participating in the training. So let me go back to the presentation. And let me just go through this. Okay, so I already kind of started talking about this. So this is a kind of a description of the login process and the different options you have in terms of login for the Parts Finder application and for SmartHQ service in general. So the thing that's really new is that you can now log into SmartHQ service using your CustomerNet credentials. So these are the same CustomerNet credentials that you've been using to log into CustomerNet for years, okay? With a quick access request process, we will give you the ability to log into the SmartHQ service application, Newfie mobile application, with your CustomerNet credentials. If you log into the system with your CustomerNet credentials, you can go to the Parts Finder application and you can buy parts, okay? The purpose of this, let me just be clear, this is about providing you with the convenience to be able to buy parts in the same application that you use to diagnose problem with the appliance, the same application that you use to look up documents, just to make your life easy. Okay, this is much more about allowing you to easily do your job and service GE appliance consumers than it is about selling parts. I just want to be clear about that. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see that you can still log in. You can log in with your non-GE employee credentials. So by selecting the non-GE, so one thing I should have said earlier is that when you log in with your CustomerNet credentials, you have to select username and password as your login option. Okay? So we've been telling you for a long time now, you always use non-GE login. Well, in this particular case, if you want to buy parts, if you want to use your CustomerNet login, you have to select the username and password login. Okay? Now, if you don't want to buy parts, you're a technician out in the field, and you want to be able to select parts, but you don't necessarily want to be able to purchase the parts, then you can log in with your non-GE employee login. This will allow you to create a cart. It will allow you to put parts into a cart, but it won't allow you to actually buy the parts in the cart. It won't allow you to actually execute a order or purchase the parts that are in the cart. That has to be done by someone with a CustomerNet login credential. Okay, so think about this. What we're trying to achieve, or what we've achieved here, is the separation between the field technician, who is selecting parts, putting them into a cart, okay, and then the administrator or the service manager, who's in the office, who logs in with their CustomerNet credentials and actually orders those parts. Okay, so this is really facilitates communication between the technicians in the field who log in with their non-GE employee credentials, select parts, put them in a cart, and then the back office administrators or service managers who log in with their CustomerNet credentials and actually pull the trigger and buy the parts. Okay, so this here just gives you an idea of how things are structured from in terms of the different login types. So thank you to Ken's Appliance here for allowing us to use them as an example. This is Ken's Appliance in Grand Island, Nebraska. In this particular situation, you have 5 field technicians who would be logging in with their non-GA login, so email and password. And then you have one technician back office manager or administrator who is logging in with their CustomerNet credentials. Okay? And so that would be their CustomerNet username and password. And all these accounts, all these logins are tied together based on the parts account for the company. So your 5-digit parts account number is what ties all the users together. Okay. Now, if you are someone who already has a CustomerNet account and you want to be able to access SmartHQ service to buy parts, you have to go through this process where the first time you log in with your CustomerNet credentials, you will be given the option to submit a request. Okay? And within 24 hours, we will approve that request, assuming it's a legitimate request and you're eligible. Okay? What we will do is we will convert, if you are a user that has currently has a CustomerNet account and has a Newfie Mobile or SmartHQ service account, we will convert your SmartHQ service accounts so that you can essentially access using your customer credentials. So your old G employee login will be disabled. Non-G employee login will be disabled, and you will now be able to log in with your customer net credentials and be able to buy parts. Okay? So, all right. So now we're going to switch to the demo. Obviously, this is going to be kind of the meat of the discussion here. So I'm going to switch back to this. And one thing I want to show you is that what we've done is we have installed 2 different versions of the application on this iPad. Okay? So what we're doing here is we want to be able to show you the user interface when you're logged in with the customer net credentials, and we want to be able to show you the user interface when you're logged in with the non-GEA login credentials. Okay, so we did a little bit of magic here where we're actually running 2 different instances of the application on one iPad here. Okay, and so if I click on this, the instance of the application that has this GTW 680 model is the customer net login. So in this particular situation, I'm logged in with the customer net login. If I go to this one, okay, this PYE23, so in this particular case, I'm logged in with the with the non-GE employee login. Okay, so keep that in mind as I go through this demo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start with being logged in as with my customer net credentials, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the process of building a cart. Okay, and what I'm going to show you is that there are numerous ways in which you can add parts to a cart. Okay, now what we're trying to do here is give you a lot of flexibility, right? So we're trying to do, our whole goal, our goal at SmartHQ Service is always to make your life easy. Okay, that is what we're trying to do. That's what this is all about. Okay, so part of making your life easy is to give flexibility and sometimes there are many different ways to do things. Some people like to do it one way, some people like to do it another way. And so we give you those options. Okay, but I'm going to go through some of these. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search. Okay, so this is a model number search. Okay, let me click on illustration very quickly here. So when I click on illustration at this stage, it shows me images for all the different subsystems, all the different subsections of the appliance. Okay, I go to content. Okay, I go back to content and I click on controls and backsplash. Okay, now it's going to narrow down the focus to just the controls and backsplash subsystem. Okay, and you'll see that it's showing me all the components in the controls and backslash subsystem. Okay, I'm going to create a cart. Okay, now you'll see it gives me the option to create a shared cart or what we call my cart, which is essentially a personal cart. Okay, a shared cart, and I'm going to select that. A shared cart can be seen by anyone within your company. Okay, so this is the thought here is throughout the day, all the technicians within your company, whoever is adding parts to a cart. Okay, and then at the end of the day, an administrator, someone with a customer net login, actually executes that order, and they can review the order and execute the order. I'll show you all that in a minute. Okay, but I'm going to call this cart shared. Okay. Okay. And say okay. So you'll see at the bottom of the screen, it shows shared. So that is the cart that is in focus. That's the cart that I'm dealing with. Okay. I'm going to go over to, now that I'm focused on the control and backsplash, I'm going to go to illustration. Okay. And you will see obviously an exploded drawing of the subsystem. Okay, I'm going to select a couple of components. So why don't you 19 and 8, let's say. Okay. If I go back to content, I search, because that's probably the easiest way. And I'll go to 19. Okay, and there it is right there. And then I'm going to add 8. Okay. I'll select that. So those are the parts I'm going to put into my cart. Okay. So I'm going to add them. Okay. So those parts are now in my cart. Okay. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you some other ways in which I can add parts to my cart. Okay. So I'm going to go to add parts. So it's going to take me back to the subsystem. And you'll see that the parts that I've added are grayed out. Okay. On the right-hand side, you'll see these hearts. Okay. These hearts are a reflection that those parts are in my wish list. Okay, so we have, you can also maintain a wish list of parts. And I click on the top right-hand corner, that box with a heart, and it will pull up my wish list. Okay, and I can add parts from my wish list. Okay, so I'm going to select a part that I want to add. Let's see. Let's do control board shield, and let's what else is in here that might be interesting that I might want. Let's do UI control. Okay, and I'm going to add those to my cart. Okay, so you'll see them right there. Okay, I can get a really good view of the components that I'm adding. Okay, so it's kind of nice, high definition images of the parts that you're considering buying. Okay, so that's pretty pretty nice. So there's a couple of ways to add parts to the cart. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more here. Okay, I want to add some more parts. And this time I'm going to go to the home screen. Okay, I'm going to go to, I'm going to enter a part number. Okay, I'm going to enter a part number. So WH22. X293. Four, five. Okay. And I do a search. Finds the part. I'm going to add this part to my cart. And you will see that that part has been added. Now, what happened was that part was already in my cart, so it added it, but it just increased the quantity to 2. Okay, so one more way in which I can add parts to my cart. Now you see below the search screen, below the search boxes, there are a few options here. There's frequently ordered parts in the last 30 days by all Newfie users. There's frequently ordered parts in the last 30 days by your company. And there's frequently ordered parts in the last 30 days by you as a user, by this particular user. Okay? I'm going to select the last, the frequently ordered parts in the last 30 days by all Newfie mobile users. So by all Newfie users. And it's going to pull up a list for me. And it's thinking. So there's a fair amount of lookup it has to do in this operation. So it shows me that these are the most recently ordered or frequently ordered parts. I'm going to select one, the spring hinge mullion, and I'm going to add that to my cart. Okay, so you'll see it right there. Okay, so now I've got a pretty full cart. Okay, so I'm going to start going through the checkout process. Okay, I could add notes and that kind of thing, but I'm going to start going through the checkout process. So I'm going to check out. And you'll see here that I can change the address. I can select a previously used address. So there's a lot, you can put, however many addresses you want in here to ship product to. We segregate the shipping methods, or I shouldn't say that. We segregate the addresses to business addresses and residential. So the idea here is you might be a company that has multiple locations, multiple offices. So you keep those in your business list. And then if you want to ship directly to consumers, there's a residential option, and you just you keep that list separate. Okay. If I click on, so this it's loaded a default address. This is obviously a test address, but I can add a new address. Okay. So I go and fill this in. Very easy to add a new address. We make it even easier by giving you this auto GPS location functionality. What this does is it will populate the address based on the GPS location that you're at. Now, in this particular situation, because we are at Appliance Park, which is a very large campus, and actually there are no street names within the campus, it wasn't able to detect a street address. But if you were at a residence, someone's home, or you were at your office, it would populate the address, the street address. You can set this as your default address. I'm not going to change anything here. I'm just going to back out. Okay, so I'm going to click next. I can put in a PO. I'm going to call this shared. Okay. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to preview my order. Okay, so it shows me my order. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, and it shows me that I can. Purchase the cart. Okay, so I can place an order. I can do it by credit card. I can do it by just charging it to my parts account. That's what happens if I place the order. But what I really kind of wanted to show you here is I'm going to switch back to, so this, remember I'm logged in through my CustomerNet credentials, okay? But I'm going to show you what happens if a technician out in the field, okay, also wanted to view this cart that I've created. Okay, so I go back here, and this is the login for the technician out in the field. I go to carts, and I click on shared carts. And you'll see the cart up there, shared. It's owned by Anita, because I think I'm using her account. And I click on that. Okay, and see the parts that were added by the other user. Okay, so now this technician out in the field, or any number of technicians, can say, okay, I want to add some parts. Okay, and they can add the parts. So in this particular situation, I want to show you a different way in which we can add parts. Okay, so I'm going to actually add parts from an Excel file, a CSV file that was emailed to me. Okay, so I click on that. See, this is a very simple Excel file. Part numbers on the left, and then the quantities on the right. I'm going to open this file with the application, the Newfie application, SmartHQ service application. It says, do you want to load this CSV file? I say yes. Thinks for a minute. While so you'll see that it has pulled in this file. Okay, so you have a long list of parts in an Excel file. You want to import them into the system. It's very easy to do. Okay, so now I'm going to select a couple of parts that I want to add to my cart. And notice, to be clear, I'm adding them to the shared cart that was created by the other user. Okay, so that's kind of the important. That's what's really powerful about this, right? This is a shared cart that anyone can add to in all the different ways. Okay, so now I'm going to start the checkout process as someone who's logged in as a non-GE employee. Okay, goes through. It's very similar here. It's a shared cart. So preview the order. Okay, so now what you'll notice is there's a difference here, right? So there's an option to edit the cart. There's an option to view other carts, but there's no option to purchase, right? The reason there's no option to purchase is because I'm logged in with my non-GE employee credentials. Let me switch back to the other login, and you'll see it has the option to purchase. Has the option to purchase either through credit card. So let me show you that quickly. Thinks a little bit here, but this is that. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to cancel. Yes, I'm sure I want to cancel. Refreshes the screen. Okay, it says credit card transaction failed. Obviously, that's not the case. It's just that I canceled the order. So now I'm going to actually place an order through my parts account. And I just get place order. And the order has been placed. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to cancel this order because I do not want to actually, I don't actually purchase these parts. So go to order list. And you will see that order that I just generated in here. I'm going to cancel it. Shows me a list of parts that I was going to order. I cancel them. You sure you want to cancel it? Yes. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to home. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now show you the review process. So this is the process by which your field technician, you've selected parts that you want to buy, and there's a process by which you submit these parts and have someone who has a customer net account actually execute the purchase. Okay, so let's just go through this process here. So I'm going to do a search. Okay, I'm going to go to the machine compartment. Okay, thinking a little bit. So there are a lot of components in the machine compartment. So it has to think harder, but it will eventually pull up all the parts. Okay, so these are all the parts in the machine compartment. Okay, so I'm going to go to illustrations again. I want to buy a compressor. You see that compressor there? Big compressor. It's number 920. Go back to contents. Now I'm going to change the part. I'm going to change this to my cart. I'm going to call it technician or tech. Okay. So I've created a cart called tech. Okay. And I'm going to I'm going to search for 920. Okay. And I'm going to add that to my cart. Okay. It's obviously a compressor. So I'm going to let's add some other parts. Let's see. Let me go back to this guy. I'm going to add parts this way again. So from an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to add a couple of parts. Okay, add. Okay. So now I'm duplicating parts, but that's okay. So I've got 5 compressors and 2 control boards. That's a lot of parts. But one thing I did want to show is I can export these carts. This cart, right? So let's say I want an Excel spreadsheet of the cart that I'm buying. Okay. So I just click on the top right hand. So are you sure you want to export the cart? I say yes. And it exports the cart, right? So it shows me, part number, part description, quantity, extended price, availability, etc. Okay? So pretty neat. Okay? So now I'm going to go through the checkout process. I've been through this before, so I'm not going to belabor this. Put in a PO. So let's call it tech. Preview order. Okay, so now I'm at the stage where if I was logged in with my customer net credentials, I'll be able to order. I'll be able to just push the button and order. But I'm logged in as a non-GE employee. So what I can do is submit this cart that I've created for review. Okay, so I do that, and it's submitted for review. So my cart that I call tech is submitted for review. Now, Mr. Admin or Mrs. Admin logs in with her CustomerNet credentials, and she goes to carts. And she looks at not my carts, not shared carts, but other carts. And she sees someone, Newfie Test 25, has submitted a cart for review. She clicks on that cart, and by the way, you'll see other carts are under review here. This is obviously a test account, so there's a lot of, we're just playing around with this account, so there's a lot of carts under review. But so Mr. Reviewer, Mr. Admin, opens the cart and says, yeah, I want to review this. And say, yeah, yes. But this is expensive. I mean, this is a lot of parts, right? So, so Mr. Reviewer might say, well, I don't want this. Let's reject this. This is too many parts, too much expense. Or they might want to edit the cart. Okay, and click on edit. Say, well, we don't need 5 compressors. We don't need 5 compressors. We just need 3 compressors. Okay, but we also need other parts. Okay, so let's see. What does he think we need? So let's see. Let's go in here. So it's thinking. And I think I need a thermistor assembly and a lid lock striker. I'm going to add those to the cart that Tech created. Now, unfortunately, there are no images for these parts. So most of the parts, there are images, but there are some of them where there are no images, okay? And so I've added some parts to the cart, and I'm going to check out. Now, I'm an admin, so I can buy parts. If I go next, go preview order. Thinking. And once again, I can place the order. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to go to carts, and I'm going to cancel that order. I don't want to order the Tech cart. Okay. All right. So that is a lot of the sort of core functionality of the system. Okay. That's kind of what I think is sort of the most exciting stuff. But there's a lot of other capabilities of this system. So we're just going to go through them. Many of them will be familiar to you from CustomerNet. So, but let me go through them anyway. So let's go to order list. Okay. So it pulls up my list of orders. Let's say I want to track an order. So I click track order, track shipment. I want to view an invoice. I click on that, and I have the invoice. Okay. Back out of this. Quickest way would have just been to go to home, because that's what I'm trying to do here. And then cart. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is the advanced order search. Okay, so let's say, there's lots of things you can do here, but I'm just going to search for list of parts ordered. To see how many times a specific part has been ordered in the last 30 days. So I'm going to type in WR01X. X 10885. 10885. Okay, search. So it pulls up customer net orders and orders through Newfie. Okay, so this is an order through the Newfie or SmartHQ service, and this is an order through customer net. So there are no orders through customer net. Okay, let me back out of this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for an order by order number. So I'm going to search for an order by order number. So 1 0 1 2 4 3 1 7. Search. Found the order. Can track the shipment. I can view the invoice. Okay. So very similar to what you can do in CustomerNet, but it's kind of nice to have it in this app. Just easier, right? And we tried to make the user interface just as easy to use as possible, and we're going to be improving it, right? So based on your input, your feedback, we are going to continue to improve the system, just like we do with all the applications in SmartHQ service. We don't stop, right? We are continuing to improve things, continuing to add capability, continuing to add features, because that's the world doesn't stand still, right? Things change, and we got to be adapting and making things better. Emergency order report. So just a list of your emergency orders, both for Newfie and for CustomerNet. Back out of that. Okay, back order report. Same structure. Well, now this is a list of your back orders. Okay, so all the parts that you ordered within your company that are on back order. Okay. The other things here are reports wizard, distributor locator, accessories catalog. These are things that you're very familiar with. It's identical to what you will see in CustomerNet. So I'm not going to go through that. We're sort of very close to done with the information that I wanted to communicate. I think this has given you a high-level overview of the parts application. As I've said before, we think that this really kind of adds significantly to the capabilities of the SmartHQ service application and what you can do within this application. Our goal, once again, is to make sure that you can accomplish everything that you need from a service standpoint related to GE appliances within this application. That's our goal, and we'll continue to strive for that. Okay? So let me go back to the presentation very quickly. So this is our contact information. We are always happy to hear from you. Okay. I don't think you're going to be contacting us by snail mail anytime soon. Okay, hold on one second. I think I'm on the... I am not showing you. I need to switch back to this. Okay. So so this is our contact information. I'm thinking that you probably won't be contacting us much by snail mail, but that's if you ever need to send anything to us. That's our address here at Appliance Park, and that's the phone number. Feel free to call us anytime. Love to hear from our customers. And if you want to email us, use the newfiemobile.support@geappliances.com. And of course, our website is smarthqservice.com. So thank you for taking the time to attend. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We hope that you have a great experience using the SmartHQ Service Parts Finder application, as well as all the other amazing features in SmartHQ Service. Thank you, and have a great morning, and have a great day, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you. Thank you.